So we want to thank again everybody for being here. The guests that we have here tonight are not professional speakers on Israel. They never imagined 6 months ago that they'd be doing what they're doing now. They're coming here to us as they're spending about a month in the United States, here in California, also going to Florida, onto Florida. But this is something that most of us could never have imagined we'd have to be dealing with. Definitely, when I was there with a lot of you, actually, we were in Israel 2 trips this last year. And some of you who went on those trips, the Hertzbergs, the Wassermans, I'm going to leave out somebody who was on our trip. Somebody, the Kivniks, right, sitting right in front of me. Let's see who else. I think that's it for who went on these last trips. Oh, Randy. What am I talking about? Randy in the back. But I can't. Randy and Vern. So we were in Israel in February and in June, and then I went back in November just after this horrible nightmare unfolded. I was there about a month later, and as a lot of people know, I wear this number every day to remember the people that are being held hostage right now. So the people who were not as lucky as these 3 guys, and you're going to see how close they were to having a horrible nightmare happen. They'll tell you their story, and you're going to see that this is not something that is over, really, as you know. I think everyone knows that. But so it's a difficult night. You're going to see some images that are hard to see. There's nothing that's horribly graphic or violent, but it's still disturbing to see. So I do want to warn people that ahead of time, and because we are going to see some video and some photos that they took themselves. Some of you, I think almost all of us, have seen some of this over the last 6 months. But I just want to say, sitting in front of me right now is Margot Webb, who is a survivor and who's spoken about her life. She's had a remarkable life. She's written a book. Here's her book that she spoke about. Todd was talking about how emotional, how powerful the book is. This is a book she wrote about going back to Germany. But Margot and I have had discussions about the term survivor before. There actually was a Curb Your Enthusiasm sketch about using the term survivor, which was kind of funny, but also important, actually. And I really thought, without dating Margot, because she was a young girl when she left Germany, but I really hoped that we would never have to use the term survivor again for people who survived an anti-Semitic pogrom. I kind of hoped that term, at least for us, we could joke about it and say, it's like being a survivor on the show, on the TV show Survivor. And now there's a whole nother generation that will be telling those stories. Not nearly, of course, as much as the Shoah, but now we have kids who 80 years from now are going to be telling the story of being a survivor. And they'll use that term, and it's an appropriate term because they almost died. And so you'll hear that story. You'll think about what that means. Margot, by the way, is going to come here for Yom HaShoah in less than a month. In about 3 weeks, she's going to be here at our temple to share with us, again, her story, and especially for kids. It's going to be for our Sunday school kids, because I want our kids to hear that story again. And some of them have never heard it, and we have to keep telling the story of the Shoah to them. And now we have to tell this story too. So this is what we're going to do tonight. There will be time to answer questions. And so I want to turn it over to these young men who are going to be speaking here. They range in age from 25 to 27. 2 are brothers. Idan and Roei are going to be here with us, and Amit, who's with them as well. And so they're going to share their story. And guys, if you want to come on out, we're going to have you guys speak now. And again, they're going to tell the story of what happened to them on October 7th. I want to thank in advance, because she just got here, before we hear this story, I want to thank Susan Schmidt for making sure that we did this, because Susan saw some of the speakers that came to Etz Chaim a few weeks ago out in Thousand Oaks, and that prompted us to be able to do that here. So I want to thank Susan and Karen Barnett, who's actually would have been here, but she's down under right now. She's she's under the country, the world. She's in Australia. She's in Australia. Should have said that. Yeah, I said Richard's from Australia, so he's very excited for her. But yes, thank you to Karen and to Susan for making sure that we did this. Maybe she's watching it. It's morning there. So anyways, thank you everyone for being here, and thank you to our guests who have a story to tell tonight, to Roi, to Idan, and to Amit. And I'm going to turn it over to them, and they're going to tell you their story. So again, I promise we'll have time to answer questions. And for those who are watching, if you want to put questions in on Facebook or on YouTube, we'll watch it and we'll try to get those questions too. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you.
Hello to everybody. First of all, I want to say it's a privilege to be here and tell our story and spread the truth about what happened to us and our friends and our brothers and sisters in 7th of October. I will let Amit start first. I will translate him because he don't speak very good English, and let's do it.
Shalom.
You can put Amit videos.
שלום לכולם. סרטון, אני עמית, רק אני אציג את עצמי, אני עמית עמר, אני בן 25, עשיתי צבא 3 שנים בשירות מלא, ושרדתי את הפסטיבל הנובה.
So he said that you already put the first video that you can show the beginning of the party that Amit took from his phone. I want to say that his name is Amit, he's 25 years old, from Elad in Israel, and he served in the army for 3 years.
הלכנו למסיבה, משהו כמו 20 חברים, זה יצא בקיבוץ רעים, היינו שם כמו 20 אנשים, התחלנו את כל המסיבה, זה היה פסטיבל ממש גדול, משהו כמו 5,000 איש שהיו בפסטיבל.
He said that he came to the party with like 20 friends that came to the party. It was a very big festival, like 4,000 people. over there in the קיבוץ רעים, near to the קיבוץ רעים.
בשעה 6:29 התחילה מתקפת טילים, כל השמיים התחילו להיות אפורים. הבנו שהסיטואציה מאוד קשה, אנחנו גם היינו ממש קרובים לעזה, חשבנו שזה משהו שיחלוף, הטילים שיעברו, ולקחנו את זה ברגיל, במובן מאליו.
At 6:29, the missiles start to attack us, a lot of missiles in the air. He said that he and his friend don't really understand what's happening during all this time, and they were like pretty chill because, you know, in Israel we used to missile attack. This is part of our life.
אני חזרתי לכל החברים שלי, בדיוק הם קיפלו את כל הציוד, היה בעלה כאוס מוחלט, אנשים התחילו לברוח עם כל הציוד שלהם לתוך הרכבים. אנחנו בחרנו להישאר משהו כמו חצי שעה כדי לחכות שהפקקים יעברו, ואז נצא כולם.
Because of the chaos, he and his friends don't really manage to get out of the party area. So, and they also, like I said, they were pretty chill because we are used to missile attack. So they were stuck like over 1 hour until they get to the car.
כשהגענו לכיוון הרכבים, עלינו על הרכב והתחלנו לחפש את כל החברים שלנו. התפצלנו ל4 רכבים, התחלנו בנסיעה, הגענו לאיזה כביש שהכביש הזה היה חסום בעצם.
He and his friends split up to 4 cars, and they all this time try to escape from the area.
כשהגענו לפקק הזה, לא ידענו בדיוק מה קורה שם, הסתכלנו לשמיים, כל השמיים היו אפורים, היה אזעקת צבע אדום בכל הזמן. אני בחרתי להמשיך לכיוון הפקק, לראות מה מתחיל הפקק, עדיין כאילו המצב לא היה ברור, חשבנו שזה רק טילים.
He said that his car, the car he was inside, was not trying to escape, and they were going to the traffic jam and see if they can help to other people over there to escape.
כשהגעתי לכניסה של הפקק, התחלתי לראות בכמה רכבים שירועים, עם חורים ממש גדולים ברכב, והיה שם בעלה מאוד גדולה, רצו אליי כמו 100 אנשים, והתחילו להגיד לי, תברח, יש מחבלים. אני החלטתי להישאר, ולנסות לראות מה אני יכול לעזור במצב, כי ככה לימדו אותי בצבא.
During this time, this was the first time that he saw cars with bullets all inside of them, and he understand that something happening. He said that a lot of people start to run towards him and start to yell him in the first time he hear it. Terrorist escape, and keep going.
וכמה שוטרים עצרו אותי שם, אמרו לי, תברח על החיים שלך, יש פה כמות מחבלים. בהתחלה אנחנו רגילים, כאילו היה מצבים כאלו בארץ, התרגלנו ל10 מחבלים, לא ידענו שזה הכמות שמגיע. אני בחרתי להישאר, וראיתי שם 3 חברים שהיו איתי, שזה דניאל שרבי, יוסף חיים אוחנה, שהוא עכשיו בעזה, ונריה שרבי.
He said that because the terrorist was already started chasing him and the police officer told him to escape, but he and his friend Daniel Sharabi and also one more friend, his name Yosef Chaim Mohana, that now is kidnapped in Gaza. So they stay over there and they just start to do tourniquets to people that got bullets from the terrorist.
התחלנו לעשות חוסם עורקים לכל האנשים שהיו פצועים שם, היה שם 2 בחורות במצב קשה, שאחת מהן קיבלה ירייה ברגל ואחת בגב. לא יכלנו להשאיר אותם ככה פצועות, התחלנו לעשות להם חוסם עורקים, לראות מה אפשר לעזור להם.
Again, he said that there was 2 more girls over there that was heavily wounded from a bullet of the terrorist, and they just couldn't escape, couldn't leave them, and they still was do a lot of tourniquets and help to people.
אני התחלתי, חברים שלי עשו חוסם עורקים, אני התחלתי ללכת לכיוון האמבולנס, כי היינו צריכים עוד עזרה ראשונה. שהגעתי לאמבולנס כבר בקשר, כאילו אמרו לו שיש כמות מחבלים לא נורמלית, ואנחנו במלחמה.
תקדם, סיפרתי את זה עכשיו.
ושהמשכתי משם, רציתי לבדוק איפה כל החברים שלי, כי עזבתי אותם ברכב, ושהגעתי אליהם, כבר היה בעלה מאוד מוחלטת, כאילו אנשים התחילו להיכנס לרכבים ולנסוע משם.
Again, he's saying it was, he want to really describe you the atmosphere of the panic that was over there. So many people got bullet inside, got holes of bullet, and they just not know what to do, where to escape, and was missile all the time in the sky and red alarm alert.
התחלנו בנסיעה לכיוון הבית, שמנו פשוט ווייז, באותו זמן גם הטרוריסטים פשוט הורידו את כל הקליטה באזור, אז כאילו אנחנו נכנסים לווייז, אנחנו רואים שאין קליטה, נכנסים ל-GPS, רואים שאין קליטה, אז לא היה לנו גם לאן לברוח, אז התחלנו פשוט לנסוע כמו משוגעים.
Because they tried to reach home and they put their address on the Waze, but there was no signal in all over the area. We don't know why there was no signal in the area, but they couldn't find the way to escape home because it was an open field and it was like they just don't know the direction to the home.
עקפנו את כל הפקק מהצד השני, הגענו לאיזה מקום כזה שהיה מלא רכבים. עכשיו אנחנו רואים משהו כמו 1,000 אנשים שרצים לכיוון שלנו, אומרים זהירות מחבלים, ואנחנו המשכנו ישר, משהו כמו 100 מטר, וגם מהצד הזה רצים אלינו משהו כמו 300 אנשים, ואומרים לנו זהירות מחבלים, הבנו שאנחנו באיזה נקודה כזה שאי אפשר לצאת ממנה.
During this escape, that they are just driving without knowing where they're going, and all this time they were just tackled again and again with a lot of terrorists from every direction. There was like 3,000 terrorists that get inside to the Israeli border, and it was just, he said it was just crazy because every direction that you look, you see a terrorist, they trying to kill you and shoot at your car.
And photo? More photo?
You can see the video, please?
היינו ברכב, זה רכב של 5 אנשים, היינו ברכב בתוך 12 אנשים, והעלינו כל מי שאנחנו יכלנו, פשוט היינו שם משהו כמו 5 בחורות ו7 גברים.
Also, I want to tell that you can see over there the chaos that everybody running escape from the terrorist. And like, for example, he said that he was in a car that only can fit 5 people, and there were inside this car like 12 people. Yeah.
את האזור הזה, אנחנו לא מכירים את האזור של הדרום, אז התחלנו פשוט לנסוע על כל הציר של עזה, התחלנו כאילו להגיע לכל הגדרות שם. המשכנו בנסיעה משהו כמו רבע שעה עד שהגענו לבסיס שהיה נראה לנו בטוח, עצרנו שם.
He said that they managed to somehow get to abandoned base of IDF.
כשהגענו לבסיס לא היה שם אף אחד, לא היה חיילים, הבסיס היה ממש ריק, ראינו נשקים על הרצפה, ראינו שם גם מזל"טים על הרצפה, ג'יפים, ממש כאילו כל הבסיס היה ריק.
Also, I want to say that you can imagine yourself that during all this chaos, they finally found the base, and this base was abandoned with all the weapons on the floor because the terrorists already been through in this base and killed all the people over there, all the soldiers over there.
נשארנו שם משהו כמו 10 דקות, העלינו עוד איזה 2 אנשים, אז היינו ממש כל הג'יפ מפוצץ באנשים. התחלנו בנסיעה לכיוון הבית, משהו כמו 2 של נסיעה שמתמשכת.
After they went in the base, like they waiting in the base like 15 minutes because the terrorist was just all over the horizon of the base and they couldn't find them because they were hiding inside the base and the terrorists was already think they kill everybody inside the base. So they were just picking up 2 more people they found on the field, 2 Israeli people, and after that they started driving to their home.
שבדרך לביתה עברנו דרך הקיבוצים והדברים שראינו שם זה משהו שהוא לא נתפס בעין, ראינו רכבים שרופים, כאילו כאוס מוחלט, ראית את היום האחרון שלך בחיים ומשם בנסיעה הגענו כבר לבית, אחרי זה משהו כמו 3 שעות נסיעה.
Also, I want to describe you again that during this 2 hours drive to the home, he was needed to drive during through all the kibbutzim, and you can see that everything was just burned. You can see all the dead bodies on the floors from the terrorist massacre, and it was just horrible thing to see.
כשהגעתי הביתה התחלתי לעשות טלפונים לכל החברים שהיו איתי, אם אתם זוכרים אמרתי על יוסף חיים אוחנה. יוסף חיים אוחנה עכשיו חטוף, הוא בעזה, ומשהו, הוא יכול בדיוק להיות הסיפור שלו כמוני, שאני כבר אהיה פה באמריקה, אהיה במקום קצת אחר, והיום הוא בעזה בגלל שהוא רצה לבוא ולעזור לאנשים, ואני פה בשביל להזכיר אותו תמיד.
Amit want to say that he want to remind his friend Yosef Chaim Ochana that I said before. He said that his story can be changed just like his friend. When he arrive home, he understand the nightmare just began, and that Yosef Chaim is still kidnapped in Gaza. And the main thing that we are doing over here is to remind that he is still kidnapped, and we need to return him home. And this is the most important mission. ורצית להגיד משהו בסוף?
תודה רבה שהקשבתם לי.
Thank you so much for listening to him. Okay, so now I'm going to tell my story. I'm here with my brother, my big brother Idan. I'm 24 years old, Idan is 26 years old. We are both live in Jerusalem. We both serve in the army. I was a combat fighter for 2 years in the Nachal Battalion. Idan over here was a combat driver, also in the Nachal Battalion. So, my story started midnight. It was a Simchat Torah holiday. We want to party, we want to celebrate. So me and Idan decided to go to a party because we work very hard in Israel. So it's about time to celebrate the holiday. We arrive at midnight to the party. We do manage to have a little bit fun with our friends until 6:29 when the missiles start. It was very scary. I remember like hundreds of missiles in the sky. In the beginning, we didn't really understand what's happening. And you can imagine yourself that 4,000 people in a party that just got closed and they tell you to escape from the missile, and there was only one exit. Only one exit, 4,000 people try to escape, just big chaos. Me and Idan don't really manage to find ourselves how to escape. It was take to us like hour and a half until 8 that we finally found our car. When we find our car, we get inside the car, we try to escape from there, from the party area. We get inside to a big traffic jam. We are the last on the traffic jam because it was already 8 in the morning and a lot of people get inside the car before. And we just standing in the traffic. We don't understand really what's happening, what is going on. And then I saw like 20 people start to run towards me, through my car. I don't really understand what's happening. I just get my heads out and then I see 3 trucks of terrorists with like 20 terrorists on the truck with heavy machine guns. And they just start to shoot everybody. Because me and Idan was the last one on the car, the last one on the traffic jam. So Idan managed to put the car on a reverse gear and just escape back to the party area. But the terrorists won't leave us alone. They still chase us. And we understand we need to ditch the car for saving ourselves. We ditched the car and there is one more friend with us in the car. His name is Or Azulay. Remember his name for the end of the story. So me and Idan ditch the car, and we understand that we need to start running and start to escape. So we just start to run to the opposite side. Me and Idan start to run to the Gaza border. I run like 30 minutes straight without stopping. That terrorist chasing after me, and it was just horrible because all this time I just understand this is probably the last second that I'm gonna live. I saw people get shot near to me and just fall to their death. You can see the first photo of me when I'm inside the car and don't really understand what's happening. So over here you can see this was like the moment that me and Idan waiting inside the car. You can see that there's already wounded people over there. There's also a police officer with a loaded gun that waiting to the terrorists. Me and Idan was over there in the traffic jam, and this was what I look in my right side. You can move to the next picture. Now, this is when we already ditched the car and start to run towards the border. You can see that we're running with people are already wounded because, for example, this man, I don't know this man, but he just got shot like from nowhere. The terrorists just shot at him. So, but we need to escape. So I just do him the fastest tourniquet that I can think about it, something that I found on the floor, and we just kept to run towards the border. Now, during this running to the border, I thought that Idan was with me all this time. I just run without look back, and then the first time I look back, I can tell that my big brother doesn't with me. Idan, you want to tell what happened to you during this time?
Yes. So in this time, I've been in a situation that I saw everybody running, and I see a lot of girls stay there. They freeze. So I wait. So when I wait there, I think to myself, be with my brother or be with them. And I start to thinking and tell to myself, like, be brave, stay there, and be a hero. And after half an hour, then I've been there, I see a lot of Gaza civilians come from the Gaza border to me and try to steal phone and do a lot of horrible things to people. And when I see it, I tell all the people, go from here, go to another place. And I start to think about Roy, my brother, that he don't with me. So he called me in this time, like he think about me or something like this, and he say me, if you want to come back home today, you need to you need to go to the car. So when we left the car, and we see terrorists there. So I think to myself what I need to do, and I see a lot of people or Gaza terrorists come to me. So I want to come back with my brother home. So I go to the car, and Roy.
It's okay. It's okay. So what is done now? It's saying that during this time we were separated because I was running like half an hour to the Gaza border by myself while the terrorists chasing after me from my back, and then I finally and Idan was staying over there and saving with some girls that we just met. They were just freezing and they were need Idan help, so he decided to stay there. And also Idan missed a note that he broke his 2 toes during this running from the terrorist. So also if he want to run with me, it was very difficult to him. So now I find myself running after 30 minutes back to the border. Also I know this area of the Gaza border because I was served there for 1 year in my service. So I arrived to the border, and then was a bridge in the border, and 4 terrorists came out of the bridge, and they saw me just running through the Gaza border, and they just start to yell, Jew, 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 kill him, kill him, kill him. I understand this is probably again my last moment that I live. Now I'm surrounded from both sides. So the first thing I do, just pick up the phone, call my mother, tell her, Mom, I love you. I'm probably not coming back home tonight. Hang up the phone. She just asking me, you are with Idan, you are with Idan. I just hang up the phone, and I understand that now I'm in a situation that I need to go back to the party area. And I know there is terrorists over there. I don't know if Idan live, not live. So I just start to sprint again back to the 30 minutes that I just ran, back to the party area while I am just escaping, dodge from bullets and escaping from the terrorists. And somehow, some way, they miss me, and I get inside, and I go back to the party area at 10 a.m., 10 in the morning, sorry. And after all the big massacre already happened, and I found myself in the party area, just by myself, waiting to Idan come to save me. I have a video from there. You can put the video.
Wait, guys, just one quick thing.
Yeah.
In case people don't understand, do you want to explain to everyone why you ran towards the border rather than away from it?
Yeah, okay, sorry if you misunderstand me. The reason why I ran to the borders because there was no other option for me to run back to the kibbutzim, back to Israel, because they was just surrounded me. They surrounded me, and my last option was to run to the border. So this is why I ran.
Because you thought there were soldiers that were there.
Also, I thought they were probably going to soldier on the border going to save me. I didn't know they were already been died. And also, this was my last option. They just pushed me to the border, the terrorists. You can see the video. This is the video of the escaping. Yeah, you can hear that all the bullets was just nearby me, just very scary. You can keep to the next video.
אני רץ. ביי.
Also to the next video. So as you can see, this is the main stage of the party. This is the massacre zone of the Nova at 10 in the morning. Like everything will happen, you can see, you can stop in the middle. Maybe if we can stop, they can see it. Yeah. Yeah, you can imagine yourself that before 3 hours ago, there was 4,000 people. They were just dancing and celebrate peace and love. And now there's just massacre zone with so much bodies, and I'm over there alone, 10 in the morning, after everything been happened, and I see all the dead bodies, see all the burned car, and it was just horrible. During this time, I'm waiting near to my car that me and Idan ditch in the first place. And I tell to Idan, listen, Idan, when I'm over there in the Nova area, I tell Idan, listen, I'm over here near to the car. Please, you have to come to the car. The only way that we can escape, it's with the car, not on foot. Believe me, I tried to do it for the last 2 hours. Please come to the car. He has the keys, and I'm waiting for them, over there like 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and Idan finally came. After these 50 minutes, he look at me. We see all the dead bodies on the floor. We just get inside the horrible panic in our heads. And we get inside the car. Idan start the engine. And from nowhere, a terrorist pops out from the bushes in a range of like 5 meters. And he just started to spray our car, shoot at our car with his AK-47. He shot at us 40 bullets inside the car. And he miss us with God's help. And now you can see that after the bullets that he shot at us during this party, we tried to escape. We were inside the party zone, and the terrorist just chasing us and don't stop, reload his weapon, reload his ammo, and he done with his skills, because he told you he was a combat driver. So we just managed to escape from the terrorist, and we saw a hole in the fence of the party, and we managed to escape from the terrorist. He was still chasing after us. During this escape from the fence of the Nova area, we noticed IDF soldier. You can see the IDF soldier over there. The black smoke in the horizon. This is the party area. All this is the bushes. This is our car, and the terrorist was just inside the trees. They're still chasing us. So I just opened the car. You can see that only one door is open. Only the left door, and I opened the door, and I just start to yell to this person that I didn't know if it's terrorist, if it's a soldier, because you see he have a AK-47. He just take it from a dead terrorist, the weapon. I just start to yell him, terrorist, backfire, I'm Israeli, kill the terrorist. And he just start to shoot him, and he killed the terrorist that's chasing after us. And then we see in the horizon the tank. We get to the tank. When we get to the tank, it was just horrible because it was open field. The tank was already been exploded by RPGs of the terrorist. There was 4 IDF soldiers dead inside the tank. Yeah, we escape. We find a shelter, we found a shelter in this tank, but not inside the tank, just surrounding the tank. There was like 30 person over there. A lot of them heavily wounded, people with no hand, people with no leg from the explosion. And also, what I want to explain to describe you, that because it was an open field over there, and there was terrorists from all over the direction, all over the horizon, so we just become a target for them. We become a target. So they won't stop shooting at us, RPG, sniper, grenade. Also during this time in the tank, me and Idan lost our hearing in our left ear from the explosion. We both don't hear in our left ear. Also Amit, during the explosion, in a different story, also lost his hearing, like 70% of his hearing from all the explosion. You can maybe show the video of the tank. Just the next, I will explain the videos and the photos.
That one right there.
You can put it.
This.
Okay.
Yeah. Right
Well,
there.
they're not videos.
So sorry about the graphic, but as you can see, when we arrived to the tank, there was so many people are heavily wounded, and we just start to do tourniquet to people. Tourniquet because also me and Idan was the only one. Wait, you can see the. There is no audio. You can see Idan over there.
קטע? למה? תקשיב, שקירה וזחילה, שקירה וזחילה. תבואו כולכם. אנחנו תקועים בין רק המקום הבטוח פה ליד הטנק, ויש פה, מנסים לעזור לאנשים עוד Wow.
You can hear in the end the RPG. It was like that for so many times. Also here you can see the car. When I tell you that me and Dan were inside the car, and the terrorists that shot at us, you can see the bullets. It was just a miracle. Imagine yourself that me and Dan inside the car, and this is where the bullets hit us, where we are inside. Yeah, you see it's very close to the fuel gauge. It's just a miracle. I don't have nothing else to say. Only God save us. Yeah. You can see this is the photos of the car after the terrorists shot at us. So I keep going the story. So we were in the tank like 5 hours. 5 hours after that we made to the tank. A lot of people still were just dying over there, and we just waiting to the army come to save us. After 5 hours of fighting with the terrorists, we just take the weapons from the dead bodies inside the tank and just start to fight with the terrorists and don't let them to come to us. Don't let them come near to us. Just, I don't know how to say it in English, just don't let them come to us. We've been there 5 hours, and finally the evacuate force is come to save us. Me and Idan get inside the evacuate force. And then, if you remember, I tell you that in the beginning, we came with another friend. His name is Or Azulay. We get inside the car, and then I get a surprise phone call from a friend that I thought he's already been murdered. And he tell me, Roy, listen, Idan hear you? I said, yes, I'm alive. I don't know where I am. I run like hours straight. I send you my location. I have only 1% in my phone. You have to come save me. There is a terrorist chasing after me. Please come save me. Me and Idan look on each other's eyes. I say, okay, we don't coming back home without our friend, and we're going to save him. I'm going to ask who is the commander of the evacuate force. I speak with him. I'm showing him his location, and he say to me, listen, if it's there, he's probably already dead. I tell him no. I just speak with him, but his phone is already been died. So it was like a weird situation. We don't know what to do if we go to save him, but we have his location. So me and Idan just say to commander, listen, we don't want to escape from here, from the tank. Just save whoever you can. Me and Idan get down of the evacuate car, and we've been there like half an hour or more, just try to find a vehicle that we can save our friend all. And we also, Idan also remember that we even tried to change the wheel of the Toyota that been shot, because we say to ourselves, if we have only one wheel that work, we're gonna save him. We don't care. So after half an hour, that there are still terrorists all over the horizon, and we are only with the handgun and with the police officer that have no ammo at all, and the evacuate force already been drive. So we would just wait there, and then finally a person came with full speed. We don't know if it's a terrorist, if it's a civilian soldier, but me and Idan just jump on the road, just like stop. We stop his car, and we said him, we explained him the situation. He just started to yell at us. He just started to yell at us, don't be here, it's an area war. We say, we know, we need to save our friend. If you can help us, you can help us. If no, just keep going. We don't care, we're going to save you all. And after 10 minutes of convince him, he finally convinced to do it. We get inside to this car. We put the location of Or. It was 12 minutes drive from Re'im towards Gaza. Yeah, so it was just crazy drive during this 12th drive. And also, it wasn't just a road, like build road. It was only field with the ups and down, just very awful to drive. We drove like, I think, to my opinion, like 150 kilometers per hour. And during this 15 minutes drive, we saw again like 300 bodies of soldiers, of terrorists. We see again so much burned car. And finally, after this 15 minutes drive, also they shot at us again a lot of time in this drive to Or. And we do manage to get to Or. We get to the location. We just start to beep the car, beep, and Or pops out from the place he was hiding. He was hiding near like 20 bodies. He was just acting like dead. So I was at the beginning, I thought he's already dead, so he just pops out. He get inside our car, and say, I can't believe that you actually came to save me. I thought you give up on me. We said to him, never, we're not going to give up with you. You are like our family. We get inside of the car. We drive to the nearest kibbutz. When we arrive to the nearest kibbutz, we finally understand that it was not only the Nova massacre. It was a whole war all over the south, all over Israel. We start to speak with police officers. They understand us. They start to explain us the situation. We see just hundreds of ambulance came. We see again a lot of dead bodies of soldiers. They were just piled them up in the side because there was too much. And also the missiles won't stop all over this time, all over this 16 hours, don't stop 1 second the bullet or the missile. And we get it, and we understand that we need to escape from the south ASAP, just escape from the south. Me and Idan just look in each other's eyes again with Or and say, let's just start to run towards Jerusalem. We start to run on the freeway, just sprinting to Jerusalem. Again, I call my mom, tell her, Mom, I'm alive. Be calm, I'm alive. Almost, I'm now escaping to Jerusalem. Also call to my big brother, Eyal, and tell him to come to save me. We ran like another 20 minutes until it was, again, a red alarm, and the missile just exploded like 20 meters in our range from us. And we just knock on somebody's house. It was a very nice woman that was Shomeret Shabbat. She was saved the Shabbat, so she didn't understand really what happening at all. We just knock on her door, explain the situation, tell her we are from the party. She said, like, which party? I don't understand what happening. Explain me. She said, like, with the blood stings all over her clothes, sweaty, just panic, traumatic. She gave us water. This was the first time I opened the TV at our house, and I see 200 dead bodies, attack on Israel on war, and I said to her, I saw a lot of more than 200 bodies. And we've been there like 1 more hour, just hiding in our shelter with our family. And it was just terrible again, because when we see the news, the name was called Kibbutz Gilad, and we saw terrorists in Kibbutz Gilad in the news. So you can imagine yourself, it just won't stop. All these hours, I find myself just all the time in panic, all the time in a war and fighting. It was just terrible. And also the missile don't stop for a second again. After that, my big brother came to save me, like at 11 p.m. He finally came, and we escaped to Jerusalem with his car. But now, when we arrived to Jerusalem, first time to our house, we understand that the nightmare has just begun. We start to get the news from all our friends that got kidnapped from the party. We see all the videos in Telegram of the terrorists. They were filming in GoPro. I lost 11 friends in this party. I've been in 11 funerals after this party. Me and Idan have a friend. His name is Elia Cohen. He's still kidnapped in Gaza. We don't know if it's alive, he's sleeping, he's eating. We just don't know what happened to him. And it was just terrible. But the message that I want to bring to you, all of you, that the terrorists and the Hamas and the 7th of October, they try to do it to separate us, to separate the Jewish people. And the only thing they did, they only make us more united, and even though what happened to me, I say that I'm proud to be Jew. I'm proud to be Israeli, and this is the message that I want to bring to each one of you. You heard my story, you heard Amit's story, Idan's story. We are stronger than ever. And I believe that our mission is just to be stronger for our brothers and sisters, and keep going to tell their story, because they just can now. And Idan also says something important. We are educated since we are born in Israel, and also all the Jewish people to love. We're educated to peace, and they are the different that they are educated to hate. And it's just terrible, and we are the one who's gonna win this war in the end, like always in the history, the Jewish people always winning. And I just want to tell thank you for listening and help me to healing myself when I'm telling you my story. It's help for my healing. And Am Israel Chai. Am Israel Chai. Yeah, and I wish that all the hostages will come back home as soon as possible, and we destroyed Hamas. And thank you so much for listening and coming here tonight.
Thank you, guys. So we'll take some questions. Again, I wanted you to hear a little clarification of what happened. So, yeah, I don't know why it's... No, it's on. It says it's on. So, a couple of things, obviously, that you heard were because of their army preparation as young people, they were a little bit more prepared to deal with this than unfortunately, I mean, I have kids the same age, so I think about what my kids would have done in a situation like this. Unfortunately, they were a little bit more prepared. They have to live with that reality. But I also want to make sure you all heard something that was very clear. And you saw it on the videos of that day. We've seen hundreds, some of us have seen hundreds of videos. When the terrorists were shooting at these young guys, they were not saying Israelis. They called them Jews. They used the word Yahud. There's no discrimination for these people who are trying to destroy us. And again, as our young people reminded us, that's what we're going to be thinking about at Passover, a story of redemption, a story of survival, just like we did at Purim and just like we do at all our holidays, right? They tried to kill us, we survived, let's eat, right? That's the message for our holidays. This Passover is going to be a little harder, right? This is going to be hard because when we talk about the liberation of our people, we're probably, it looks like right now, going to be thinking about people who are held hostage. So I definitely encourage all of us to continue to think about ways to educate our community. Overall, we've had and we have people here tonight that are not Jewish that are here supporting. We had a lot of calls. We had more people online watching than we had in here. So there were people from all around the country that were watching today that are with us. So we're going to give you a chance to ask some questions. Again, one other thing that and again, when I was in Israel a month after, and it's still the case now because I'm on the phone with Israel every day, everybody in Israel, everybody, right, left, center, wherever they are, religious, not religious, secular, whatever, they are committed to winning this war. They don't want the soldiers to be done until this is over. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how long it will take. I mean, we hope it's over soon. We hope that innocent people will not be suffering. We always pray for that. But I want you to know that Israelis are 100% on the same page with making sure that these people come home and that they don't have to worry about this. Because what you also heard, I hope you understood, part of what happened in the chaos of that day was that when they heard the rockets, they thought it was just another rocket attack. Because they've gotten so used to, they've grown so accustomed to rocket attacks that they thought it was just a rocket attack. So Hamas used the rocket attacks to convince people that it was just another day. This is just another day for Israel. And so that's why Israel, to some extent, wasn't prepared. You think, when we think about it, we go, oh, there's an attack, we're at war. This was unfortunately, another weekend. And so that was part of what happened. When people heard those rockets, they didn't know what was happening on the ground. So to have to deal with that, to have to deal with a regular occurrence of rockets as a cover for this horrendous pogrom, that's what we're dealing with. So please, if you have a question, I'll give you the mic so that people who are watching us can hear us. So does anyone have any questions, any questions that they have? Yes, Jill.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. Thank God you're alive to tell the story. However, I'm sorry you have to tell your story. I think just the fact that you are young is a testament to the fact that you have video and still shots of what you went through, because anybody in an older generation would have been so caught up in the adrenaline and chaos and fear that they wouldn't have thought to document, and obviously you guys do that on a regular basis. I did want to ask two questions. One was how you feel about the Hasidim or Haredi people that are not currently, although I know it's supposed to be changing, in serving in the army, because they've avoided it for all these years. And then I'd also like to know what your feelings are concerning Netanyahu, because I personally, you know, well, without getting too political, I'm not a big fan, but I also believe that there is drawing a blank on the word, sorry, but he's committed to getting rid of Hamas, if that is even possible. And so, and yes, and yet there's still so many, you know, fallout. There's such fallout in him pursuing that. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are. Thank you.
So that's a pretty political question.
Yeah, okay.
If you feel comfortable.
Okay, so
I know that's not what you're here to speak
about the Haredim and the Orthodox that not serving in the army, I can say for myself, for my opinion, I'm a religious man also, religious man, and I serve in the military. I was serving 3 years. Also, Idan served 3 years. And for example, my mom is like Orthodox, and I have a lot of Orthodox friends. And I believe that also what they do, it's also help to our Jewish country. You know, there is a sentence in Hebrew that say Toratam emunatam. They believe is their truth, and this is also a part of the Judaism in Israel, the religion. So I really believe that what they are doing also help to us, to our security. And רוצה להוסיף על זה משהו? מה אתה חושב על החרדים שלא משרתים בצבא? Yeah, and about the second question, I'm not a politician. I'm just 24 years old who lives in Israel and served in the military, and he have the rights. I do believe there was huge scandal over here, and it's horrible, and it's happened on Netanyahu shifts, and someone need to take responsibility of this. And this is what I have to say about it.
Answered. All right. Anybody else? Thank you. And yeah, we'll come around.
Thank you. I'm John. I wanted to say first, I admire your bravery and courage, and thank you for coming here. And I noticed in your story, instead of trying to save yourselves, you were tying tourniquets and trying to save other people. So I admire that so much. My question is, I think I heard you mention, obviously the terrorists attacking you, but I think I heard you mention like civilians were coming from Gaza. Maybe talk a bit more about that. Like it wasn't just the terrorists. You said also civilians were coming over.
So wait, I just say that I wasn't the one that saw the civilians. To my fortune, I was tackled only with terrorists. But Idan was, when we were separated, he was the one that saw the civilians over there that steal phones and stuff. Idan, you can explain it.
So I have video that can I show you after that you can see like 10 civil. I told the civilians because they don't have weapon in the video, but they can be terrorists. I don't know. I don't be there to say you, but from the people who survived, I hear that they stole their phone and they do horrible things there, but they don't be with flags or something of Hamas, but they come from Gaza to Israel.
I also want to add, this is the thing that describe that the Gaza civilian over there was nobody innocent, because the bridge, there was a breach in the fence, they just get inside to the territory of Israel and they rob people, they raped girls, also civilians. There is effects that is happened, so there is nobody innocent, even though he's a civilian and not like terrorist or something like that. He wasn't with a weapon. For me, he's still a terrorist. Yeah.
So I have a logistics question. Your friend who called you on the cell phone,
yes.
How did you find him? How do you know his location?
So when he called to me, at the last phone call, he was telling to me, Roy, I have only 1% in my phone. I send you my location. Please come to save me. I'm staying in this location. Come to save me. And this phone was dead in the same minute. So it was like just God's plan that we're gonna save him.
You knew where he was.
Yeah, I have the accurate location. I have the accurate location on WhatsApp. He sent me this location. And this is the reason why after when we get with the car, that we finally find the car, that we managed to go to the place where he was hiding.
Anyone else? Any questions? Sharon. Oh, here.
Oh, hi, I'm Sheila. I was in my 20s a long time ago. I went to festivals and music brings you together, and I can imagine you dancing and partying and having a great time with your friends.
Speak in the mic.
And I pray that you can go again and you can be with people and enjoy the experience of music and a festival.
Thank you so much. There is a sentence, we will dance again.
Yes, you will
and
dance
this has become my
again.
motto. We will dance again for our brothers and sisters that couldn't anymore.
And I'm grateful to hear how all the Jews come together, you know, and it's similar here in America. We're all together, we're all here for you, and we pray for you, and we love you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Sharon.
Hi, my name is Sharon, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I was with the group with the rabbi that went to Israel in June. It was our first trip and the trip of a lifetime. Just being there felt like home. It was transformative. My question is, how are you? How are you doing? What are you doing to help you get past this trauma? Is the government helping you in any way? Or is this all on you? How are you doing? I know that you got very emotional. I can't even imagine what it's going to take to get past this.
So I'm going to answer it. After what happening, the government will give us, they gave us treatment of psychological and stuff. But I don't believe that any psychologist can really understand what happened over there. In the end, I believe this is the war inside my head. If I'm strong enough to keep going and choose life, and three of us, every day that we woke up, we choose life and not to drown what happened, because this is the easiest thing to do. Just get drowned in the sadness. And part of our healing, what we are doing is like that. You have a life example over here that we're sharing our story and remind our brothers and sisters that got brutally murdered and all this crazy war. And for me, this is the best healing. For me. And I know also for them.
So somebody who's watching, not able to be here in person, just texted an interesting question. So what do you say to American kids who are now fighting on a second front, right, at their college campuses, who are, and the person who texted me has children at college campus. What do you say to the people that your age or a little younger, that are at university and college, that are now dealing with anti-Semitism at a level that they never had before? What do you say to them?
So I tell it also before. One of the things that I'm doing these events, just to show that we need to be proud to be Jew. We need to be proud in every second. This is our truth. We don't have any reason not to be proud. And they just need to give him the facts. Give him the facts. We need to fight. We need to do better explanation. Also, if it's worse, also if it's taking us a cost. And this is what I have to say about it.
Any other questions? Oh, Marcia, way in the back there. All right, it's okay.
I wasn't going to say anything because I really am here to listen and to learn from you. And to be thankful for people like you, that you've done what you've done. I went to Israel in 1979. I was very, very young, with a backpack on my shoulder from the United States, traveling all over. And I was on kibbutz Regavim, and I guess it was considered at that time a poor kibbutz, but we experienced blackouts and, risks, and that was in 1979. My brother had traveled to Israel several times and was there during the Yom Kippur War, and he worked on the farms because everybody went to fight. We have plenty of friends and family who we communicate in Israel all the time. I've worked with special needs kids, and they were high school kids. And I took a trip to Washington, D.C. with my father, who was a World War II veteran. And I came back to tell our story of my honors of my father from fighting in World War II. And these kids pretty much laughed at us. It was not serious. And these are 18-year-old, ready to go off to college children. And I often wonder, I've raised 3 very strong, very, very good gentlemen, wonderful men. But you guys bring with you, I just don't even know how to explain it. You bring with you strength. You bring with you love. Will you ever get over this? No. It's going to be with you forever. But I pray every day. I watch Israel 24 almost every day. And I don't understand any of this because you didn't do anything. And you were brutally attacked. You did nothing. And when I'm hearing people here now that are kind of being mean and saying Israel's causing these problems, or, Hamas, or the people that are hurt, I don't understand this because you've done nothing. You've gone to have a fun afternoon and evening. I didn't understand your timeline. Was it an attack at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it started 6:29, the missiles attack, and after that they breached to the Israeli territory, 3,000 terrorists, and they get inside the kibbutzim and kill women, children, and a lot of innocent people.
And so people just stayed all night long there. It was going to go on for a while. This was going to be a long.
Sorry, I didn't.
The festival was going all night.
Yeah, no, the festival started midnight, and it was stopped at 6:29 because of the missiles.
No, I understand.
It was supposed to keep going.
Keep going. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ariella. I just thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. It's very easy to feel helpless over here since there's not much we can do. Is there anything that you can suggest, or that your friends or your family or the government there, that they would like for us to do? Like, how can we show support other than online and showing up and talking to our friends and anybody who will listen? But do you have any suggestions of what we can do?
So I have a sentence that I believe that after the October 7, every Jew has to need to be a story how we help to change the world. Every Jew, no matter where, no matter when. I understand it's difficult over here to do it because in the end you speak with your community that already know the truth. So it's difficult. I understand what you say. Maybe to help people in Israel, donate to people to Israel, donate to the army. יש לכם רעיונות איך אפשר לעזור? Yeah, this is what I can say. To my opinion, even to help us, if you think that our cause is good, so we want to reach how many people that we can, and we do it. We've been already in Nevada, we've been already in Florida, now we're in California, and we want to keep going with this event full power. So if you think like this is a good cause, this is something you can help, and also I give you more ideas. Thank you.
I just want to say that what you have experienced and what you've been through, God himself prepared you and saved you for this, and you know that. And as awful as it is, because we have a class here for grief, and you have post-traumatic stress syndrome, but I learned something myself from going through some terrible things similar to what you've been through, that you now have post-traumatic strength. You will overcome this, and this you will be strong. And God's grace and prayer, you know, if people will give money and prayer, I think prayer is so important, because you kept going even to get your friend, even when it was impossible and dangerous, you kept going because that was inside. That was God guiding you. And don't let go of that. Don't let anybody weaken you. You will continue to grow and get stronger, and you will survive. You already have.
Thank you.
We love you.
Love you too.
Thank you. First of all, kol hakavod. I don't have words. I just have so much love in my heart for you and feeling. Israel will come through this, and as Jews, we will come through this, and we will stand together. You guys need to know there is not a day, a minute of a day that goes by that so many of us are not thinking, talking, and praying, but this is all we talk about, because Israel is our heart, and you are our heart, and I'm so grateful to you, kol hakavod, for your bravery, your life, and your connection to Hashem. This is everything.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm Doreen, and thank you for being here. But I just want to say one comment that people are saying, oh, it's time for Israel to end the war. It's time for Israel to move out. It's time for Israel to do this. Meanwhile, Hamas is still fighting. Hamas still has the terrorists. Israel will end the war, I believe, when the terrorists, when the hostages are released. But Israel told Hamas many years ago, and I know you know this, but that if you do this again, this is what's going to happen. So they did it in a very big way, somehow got past what should be incredible protection, and did this. And now the world is saying Israel needs to stop. I am so sick and tired of hearing that. It makes me mad. It makes me very mad that Israel is the one supposed to stop. Israel was attacked when the United States was attacked, and Pearl Harbor, whatever. We did what we had to do. We went over there and we fought for our lives and for our freedom. And that is what Israel is doing. Why does Israel have to stop? Why does Israel have to give 47 hostages, whatever, and we only get 3? I know I went, I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying that it's in my heart. I do not understand why the world is against Israel. Why aren't they saying this to Hamas? Stop fighting Hamas, give back the people, and it'll be over. But no one brings that up. It's all about what Israel's doing wrong. I'm sorry, but I had to say that.
I know it.
Okay.
Yes.
Besides yourselves going to a few different states, are there other groups that are also going to?
So what I'm about to say, it's we are not part of an organization or something like that. We are just 3 friends that and me and Idan, we are brothers. So in we met after the Nova because we have so much common friends that got killed, got murdered in the party. So the bond has become strong. So I say it again, we are not an organization. We are not something even similar to that. We are just 3 people that want to spread the truth and tell our story for healing myself and keep going. Yeah, and keep going with our life and choose life. This is all. Yeah.
So we have the QR code there. Again, the American who organized this, Sarah Cohen, is collecting the funds through Venmo. It all goes back to them while they're here to help them on their journey around the country. There's also a basket there if you want to leave cash or a check. You can make it out to Temple Beth on me if you have a check. But I want to say that tonight, because we talked about the significance of this, what it means to be here and to pray, right? And to also, because this is a Beit Knesset, this is a house of assembly, a place where people gather, but it's also a Beit Tefillah. This is also a place of prayer. So we're going to do something right now that I haven't had a chance to do, or we haven't had a chance to do exactly here, but I'm going to ask these young gentlemen whose, their Hebrew's far better than mine. Michael, if you want to post that up now. We have a prayer. People say we have a prayer, right? This is the Gomel prayer. So for people who know what this prayer is, this is a prayer that we say after we survive something. So there is a prayer, if God forbid you get in an accident or if you come into contact with a situation where you say, thank God I survived, right? So we pray for these young people, for their families, for the people who are also, most importantly, who are being held right now for over 6 months. So men, women, and children that have been held. So for these young people who did survive, we're going to do something now. We actually say a prayer, the Gomel prayer with them. And our response is at the bottom there. It's in Hebrew, and you can see we'll say it in Hebrew and in English. This is something that you might not have had the opportunity to do, which is to bench Gomel, to say Gomel with people who survived death 6 months ago. So this is the way we're going to conclude tonight, and again, to do a prayer, because this is a house of prayer. So have you guys had a chance to do this with anybody yet? No, but I know the day after, but have you had a chance to do this in America yet?
No, not yet.
So we're going to do it here. So whatever we can do, however we pray, however we help, especially in the way that we remind our friends and neighbors what's going on right now. We're going to say Gomel right now. So, gentlemen, if you want to say the first part, and then we respond with the response.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, הגומל לחיים טובות שגמלני כל טוב.
We praise you, and what they just said, we praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, who bestows good things upon those who are committed, who has bestowed favor on me. And what we say, there you can see the part in italics, that's the Hebrew part, mi shegamalcha kol tov, hu gemalcha kol tov selah. May the one who has bestowed goodness upon you guys bestow favor on you forever.
Amen.
So thank you, everybody, for coming out here tonight, for benching Gomel, for saying a prayer for these young guys. So we hope it continues as part of your healing, as part of your journey, and that you remember this stop here tonight. And thank you, Sheila. Sheila brought some snacks. If people want to sit around and talk to these guys individually, if you want to take a moment to talk with them, please do that too. But again, thank you to Amit, to Roe and Don. Again, young guys who never thought
Thank
6
you,
months
Rabbi.
ago they would be here to tell you a story in Santa Clarita, but you were all here, and we're all here together, and for that we're grateful. So thank you.